Almond is the book seen being read by BTS Suga and J-Hope and Jungkook in the latest In the Soup. I don't know why, but in my head, it was actually Suga that who brought the book in their vacation and recommended it to the rest. And I thought that maybe it was such a good book that whoever read it second reaffirmed whatever it is that Suga said about the book, and for the rest of the group to actually read it. And also, after reading the book, I thought that this is a very Suga book. I don't know why, but it's a very Suga book. The story is about Yoonjae, who doesn't have any kind of emotion. Not that he's stoic or that whatever, but he does not have the biological capacity to feel any kind of emotion. Okay, so Almond, we have a brain in our head that's called the amygdala, and that's the brain, that's a part of our brain that's responsible for processing emotions. Yoonjae, in this story, does not have, his amygdala is so small, so it's not able to process emotions. So his mother, in her effort to try and make him fit into the society, she would try to feed him almond in the hopes that his own almond, his own amygdala is going to grow bigger, therefore making him able to feel pain or any kind of emotion, love and happiness and stuff like that. So that's growing up, he was ostracized by the community. He was always known to be the weird guy because he doesn't have any kind of expression. He wouldn't smile, he wouldn't squirm, nothing, because he has no emotions. That's not always a good thing, of course, because he does not feel love, he does not feel happiness, he doesn't smile, he does not laugh. But also, it's not safe because he cannot process fear. He is unable to process any kind of emotion, including fear. When a car is coming into him, he wouldn't dodge because he does not fear the consequence of him being run over by that car. So in an effort to try, aside from feeding him almonds, in an effort to make him try and fit in, the mother would actually train him in the different kind of emotions. So she would teach him the definition of happiness, when a person is supposed to be happy, what is happiness, and how he's supposed to react. So for example, if somebody cracks a joke, are the signs that he's trying to crack a joke, and this is how you're supposed to react. When somebody gives you something, you're supposed to feel gratitude. This is what gratitude means, and this is how you're supposed to express it, so on and so forth. And the same thing with sadness and fear and all other emotions. So for Yoonjae, all these emotions are nothing but words and nothing but programs. He was programmed to feel, to react to them, know what they are, and react to them. And this in itself is very interesting because I felt like, how are you going to be motivated to do anything if you don't have any kind of emotion? You're going to be motivated to eat and do and respond to your physical body's needs. Other than that, then nothing. You're not going to be motivated to do anything because you don't care about what happens. You don't feel happiness, you don't feel disappointment. So but and so that's basically his journey, his challenge, because eventually he became curious about these human emotions that he does not feel. And so he would watch people and watch their actions to know the emotions that they're trying to communicate or feeling. And that's very interesting because for him, he was given a set of rules, he was given a set of regulations and definitions. And so sometimes it boggles him that the person is supposed to be expressing love, but that's not what he's doing according to the book that he has, according to the rules that his mother set forth. That's not love that you're doing, but you're claiming that this is an expression of love. So that's very interesting. And because of that story, there are 5 different points or 6 different points, major questions or observations that that I got from the book, and I'm going to share it with you. One is because he does not feel anything. Now I'm questioning, would you want to not feel anything if it means you're not going to feel the pain and miseries and disappointments and embarrassments? Would you rather not feel, even if it means you're also not going to feel love, gratitude, happiness, and so forth? We've gone through a lot of difficult moments in our life. Some of us are still in the middle of the most difficult moments in our lives, and often we say, I'm going to give up anything to make this pain go away or to make this misery go away. Do we really mean that? Are we willing to give up the ability to feel if it means that we're not going to feel sadness and disappointment and pain? Because the truth is that the existence of one depends on the existence of the other. Or does it? Okay, second question is, how do we love? That was the one thing. How do we love? How do we demonstrate love? And that's one of the things that he was very curious about, because he was trying to define what love is, because he does not feel it. And so he's, according to the books that he's reading, when you're in love, you're supposed to do this and that. But many a times he does not see that. A person who's saying that the person who claims they love somebody does not do the things that someone who's in love is supposed to be doing. So it's mind-boggling for us, for him, that we equate love into something and not actually do the things that someone who's in love is supposed to do, or is loving is supposed to do. So now it's making me think, because even if you love somebody, you do things that you're not supposed to do when you love somebody. Is it just an emotion? Is love just another emotion like happiness and sadness and excitement? Or is it just a congregation of different emotions? Or is love actually undefined? Like, is love, the definition of what love is really depends on the person. So there's really no measure or way for you to say whether an objective way of saying whether a person is loving somebody or not. Interesting. So even more interesting for me is to look at love and how people love from the point of view of somebody who has absolutely no clue of what that love is. So maybe, like, if I put myself on the other side, when I express or demonstrate my love for somebody, whether that's romantic or friendship, or for my family, or for my own craft, am I doing it in such a way that even when somebody else who does not know what love is would know that I am doing this out of love, or for love, or to show my love? Okay, next is, will you still be considered good if you're doing something because you're programmed to do it and not because you actually mean to do good? So Yeonjae was just programmed to do good because he needed to be a part of the society. So he was taught how to listen, how to give things, how to be considerate, and he's doing them because his mother told him so that he does not get bullied, so that people don't look at him funny. So he's doing good things not because he wanted to do good things, but simply because he does not want to be ostracized by the community, or judged, or be looked at weirdly. If somebody is doing that because they're programmed to do it, are they still considered good? If there is no intention behind the action, will still that be considered good? Fourth is, why do believing somebody bad scare us? There's this character in the story who has been known to be the bad person in the community, and that bad person was accused of doing something, and Yoonjae actually believes that he didn't do it, but he didn't bring himself to say that to that person. And that actually was mind-boggling to me, because he didn't feel any kind of emotion. And most of the time, for example, if somebody's getting bullied in Twitter or Facebook or in real life, even if we would like to defend that person, we don't, because we are afraid that that person is going to turn to us, that the attention is going to turn to us, and we're going to get bullied in return. That's why many people don't stand up for that other person. But for him, he does not feel pain. He does not feel fear. So it would have been easier for him to say, I know that he didn't do it, but he didn't do it either. What was it about acknowledging the fact, or acknowledging the possibility, that somebody who's known to be bad can actually be doing something good? What is it about that fears us, if it wasn't the fear of the attention turning towards us? And also, we need to stop that. Like, if we believe that somebody is innocent of a crime, or we believe that somebody is not doing anything wrong, it should be easy for us to just say, I don't think he did it. It's just the same way that we would want somebody to stand up for us. Okay, next is, the most objective people are those who are not attached to anything, because Yeonjae is not attached to anything. He does not have any kind of emotion. Therefore, he does not have any personal agenda. He doesn't seek fame or recognition or even happiness. Then he's a better judge of things. He knows that it's easier for him to say that's bad because he sees the action for what it is, not for the intention behind it. But he's not a very good judge of character because he does not see the intention behind the action. So for him, it's easier for him to say you should be punished because according to the law, stealing is not a good is a crime. So, and you stole, so you should be punished. So he's very good at that. He's a very good judge of that. But then he can't be trusted to say to look at the intention behind the action. He can't be trusted to look and investigate why he did something because he will not understand the reasoning. Because a thief may have stolen because of the desire to provide for the family. He won't be able to understand that because for him, according to the law, this is what you're supposed to do and you didn't do that. You're not supposed to steal and you stole. So our emotions actually play a huge part in how we judge people, and that's why it's very difficult for us to be objective in certain situations. Our emotions reign over our reasoning. So if you want to be truly objective, we shouldn't feel anything. Okay, next and the last is that there are emotions and there are instincts. Our instincts is what makes us alive, and our emotions is what makes us human. So for him, if you're a little kid and you strive to walk, that's instinct, because instinctively we need to be able to reach things faster, and walking on all fours is not going to cut it for us for the rest of our lives. And so instinctively we wanna walk, and we see other people as well walking on two, so we strive to do that. We eat, we sleep because our bodies actually need that, and so we can count on our instinct to survive. But if we actually want to become human, we need our emotions. Unfortunately, not all emotions are pleasant. Okay, so it's very interesting to be able to look at things and look at people and look at perspective and look at our own actions without emotions from the point of view of someone who has no emotions, because it'll force us to be objective in terms of realizing who we really are, what we hold valuable, and how consistent our actions is with our own words and with our own intentions. So it's a good book. I encourage you to read it. I usually try to read one book a week. I haven't been able to do that for many years now because of work. I would usually finish a book in about 3 weeks, but this one I actually finished in 3 days because it was that good, and I would recommend it. Almond.